Okay, my YouTube friends. So I worked out what these bits before. Remember there was like a rectangular style one and a circle one. These things are for sticking to your phone. Okay, either one of them you can pick or choose which one you want, but you're supposed to stick them to your phone. Okay, peel off the sticky back thing to it, stick it to your phone, and that's the bit obviously that sticks to that thing. And believe you and me, it gets a fucking good hold of that thing. I mean, that you can see I'm putting up quite a bit of little attention to that. It's got a friggin' good hold. So you've got no worries about it coming off of there once thingy. You just got the worry of, as you can see with mine, is it didn't stick to me phone that well. It eventually let go of me phone. It sticks that well to that thing that when I tried to really pull my phone off of it, it left that thing behind against that. You know what I mean? And my phone just popped off. So I'm going to have to get some glue, try and glue that to the back of my phone and see if that works. But believe you and me, guys, you don't have to worry about it not basically sticking to that part of it, because believe you and me, it gets a fucking good hold. Yeah, I mean, literally, you see that is a damn good hold that it's got. So them things, yeah, well worth the money for that bit. It's just these bits might not stick to your phone so well. You may end up finding that you have to glue them on because of that, stick to that thing that well. So there you go, that's a thumbs up for that one. Definitely works. I just now need to get some glue and glue that to my phone, but I'm going to leave it there for now so I don't bloody lose it. Okay then guys, so here's me sort of review of the drone that I bought. Okay, the first thing I want to say to you is this thing is made with like a cheap plastic, okay, and it is extremely light. I mean, I'm telling you now, I don't even think this thing weighs a pound. You know, it is so light, it is incredible. And it's extremely small, which small is good for what I wanted to do. Yeah, the actual controller, as you can see, is actually bigger, you know what I mean, than the actual drone itself. Controller takes 3 AA batteries to it. This thing obviously has its own battery, which is here, which is micro USB charger. And again, this thing weighs nothing. You know, I mean, there's no weight to it at all. I took it out on Friday. I finished work a little bit earlier on Friday because it was a beautiful sunny day, and I thought perfect weather for taking the drone out and having a bit of a try and see if I can see how easy it would be to control it and how easy it would be to fly, because obviously this one is supposed to have the ability to take off from the ground, get to a certain height by itself, and then you've got you take over the controls and do what you need to do with it, which is like perfect, ideal for me, you know, rather than trying to take it off from the really floor and find I can't control it. This thing automatically lifts itself up. It's supposed to have a 4K camera. As far as I could see when I put the camera on through my camera thing here, so I could see what the camera was seeing, I don't believe for 1 second it's 4K. Okay, I just do not believe that one little bit. It didn't look like it was 4K at all. I'd like to be able to see if I could find things, because I did try and do some footage of it when I was outside, but at the moment I'm still sort of trying to find whereabouts that's been stored, if it's been stored on my phone or what, I don't know, because I can't find anything in here as a storage device to take out to date, so it must be stored somewhere on my phone, but I just don't know where. What you're supposed to be able to do with this as well is there's a few buttons here that's supposedly for fine tuning it, because when it takes off, it doesn't like literally just take off and stay stationary. It sort of drifts a little bit, you know. So then you need to use the fine tuning buttons to actually fine tune it so it doesn't drift, so that it does stay perfectly thingy. Now, one of the things I've got to say straight away is it is no frigging good whatsoever in any type of wind at all. Because like I say, Friday was a beautiful, beautiful day, only a slight bit of wind, right? Now I was surrounded by trees on a sort of thing, in a fairly open field, big area. It's a football field, and next to it there's a kids' park. I had to take it into the kids' park to have a flat surface to lift it off. But there's trees like basically most of the way around that area to thing it off. But literally as soon as it lifted off, you could tell it was getting blown by the wind. and it was, like I say, it wasn't a massive amount of wind to it, but it was getting blown by the wind. So that straight away had me a bit concerned, because it was like, wow, I've got to try and control it straight away. It immediately was getting blown towards the trees, which was at the back end of the park. So I had to try and control it enough to bring it forward away from the trees. And you can see one set of the controllers is for your sort of left and right, which I'll so these one is for your vertical up and coming down. These ones are for going forwards, going backwards, and allowing it to sort of thingy left and right. So when you're talking about going left and right, you're talking about it goes like that, and it actually dips a little bit as it's going. Yeah, so as you're moving it, it's dipping down. So you're trying to sort of move it, and then also sort of have to raise it and lower it as you need to avoid certain pitfalls. But you've also got these ones goes left and right, but that is actually for it's when it's up like that, for it to actually turn completely left and right that way on, you know. So trying to get used to that. Not exactly the easiest thing in the world, especially if it was the wind was trying to blow it, and I was like in panic and oh shit, fucking hell, I've got to try and get a control of this quickly. And the more I was trying to get control of it, the sort of the heavier the wind seemed to feel like it was picking up. Yeah, there's a couple of times it went into the bloody trees a little bit, and luckily it didn't go far in, and I managed to get it back out straight away. Had a few goes at it. Yeah, I still had fun trying to control it, and I still had a bit of a laugh with myself trying to really think. I wished I'd been able to video it, but obviously I do all this by myself, so it's a case of I couldn't video it and control the thing at the same time, you know. So it just had to be a case of I just had to try and see if I could get the hang of it, and it was too windy. Like I couldn't, you know, even though it wasn't a massive blustery wind, I couldn't. And then I thought to myself as well, hang on a minute, this is down below the tree level, so surely it shouldn't have been that hard to control. You know, you get it above the tree level where it's going to be windier, which is what you need to do, really, considering that you want it as high as you can get it, so you can get a good panoramic view of a good distance around it. So it's like, okay, I'm not even going to be able to lift this up as high as the bloody trees here. And it was like just literally getting blown over the place. I'm taking it that, like, so the more professional ones, like the DJI ones and what have a lot more weight to them, so therefore you've got more chance to control them. These ones, like I say, yeah, it's cheap as chips. It was just over 20 quid, but it's still a case of, well, is it really worth spending the 20 quid on it when technically you still are going to have trouble flying it anywhere where there's any wind at all? You know, it's just one of those things. I think to myself, you know, it was probably still a waste in that respect, because I'm not going to be able to even learn how to fly it, because I live in the UK. There ain't much chance of me ever having a day where it's not windy. And the days when it isn't windy, it's probably going to be paying a doom of rain. And I didn't fancy being there and paying doom of rain trying to learn how to fly a freaking thing that I'm not going to be able to fly in the nice weather anywhere, which is what you want to deal with it in the first place. So, you know what I mean? So I did want to try and get it and learn how to do it before I went abroad, so I could take it abroad and maybe have a bit of fun with it abroad. But it's going to be pointless, because, like I say, wherever there's going to be wind, that thing's just not going to work. I'll still give it a couple more tries and see what I can do with it, and see if I can learn everything. You can chances are you'll hear the dog snoring in the background there. But like I say, on the overall, it's probably not even worth spending the 20 odd quid on it. Even if you can get one for 15 or whatever, it's just not worth it, because the simple fact is it's so light that it's unreal, and it's just it's pretty much uncontrollable. I mean, if you could control it, then you've got better thingy than what I've got of stuff, you know. I mean, I'm quite heavy-handed, and I still found that even though I was putting as much force as I could to get it to fly forward as it was being pushed back over by the wind towards the trees, that I was struggling to get everything in. And all of a sudden, if the wind did drop slightly, it just like fucking rushed forward, and I was like, oh shit, fucking hell. And it was fun, but it was so wet, and just, like I said, it's not worth the money, you know. So there's my thoughts on that thing. I'll give it another few goes, and then it'll probably just be put away and forgot about. You know what I mean? That's what will end up happening, because in the UK, chances of us having a non-windy day, and that's sunny as well, and then remembering that I've still got it, it's probably not going to happen. Thanks for watching, guys. Catch you in the next clip. There you go, my friends. As you can see, the space racks are up, doing their job fine, holding nice and fine. And obviously, you got to make sure you get them in the right position first time, because obviously if you didn't, then if you peel those things off, it's going to lose most of its stickiness. So you got to make sure you get them sort of right straight away. And as you can see, they're working fine, doing their job for a couple of quid. Boom, kind of gone wrong. So then guys, you'll be asking yourself, the anti-snoring device, did it work? Did it do the job? Yes, in a way it done the job, but for all the wrong reasons. It wasn't the fact that it kept us from snoring because it's the device, because I didn't get to really find that out fully enough, because the reason it stopped me from snoring was I couldn't get the bloody sleep with the damn thing in. I gave up on it at about 3 AM because I knew I had to be up at 6 AM to go to bloody work. 3 AM I was still up bloody awake. I couldn't get used to the thing of basically something putting pressure on either side of me friggin' nostrils. I couldn't get used to it at all, you know what I mean? And I'm not going to be the type of person that's going to spend days trying to get used to something like this, or get so shattered that I'm thingy, because I think if you're that shattered anyway, the chances of you were a snorer, you're going to snore even worse, even with something like this in. So that, I can say, for me personally, I couldn't get used to it, and the thingy, I had to take it out. I've not tried it since, and I'm not going to try it again, because I doubt I'll end up getting used to it. So that one will just be a big failure for me personally. You know, whether you want to give it a go or not for 48 pence, like, hey, what the hell, you're wasting 48 pence, what difference does it make? But for me, that's a definite no. Okay, so as you can see, I'm wearing the bracelet. I've been wearing it since Friday. It's now Monday, so I've been wearing it all weekend. Obviously, like, I think there's going to be no difference in it. In fact, to be putting this, I'm going to put up a picture as I'm talking to you now to show you what the inside of it looks like, to show you that there's not even any magnets in this damn thing. You know, it's literally just painted bloody thingies of red and white. You know, that's all it is. There is no fucking magnets in here as far as I can tell, as far as I can see. You know, there's nothing magnetizes to it, there's nothing freaking thingies to it. It's literally just painted fucking dots on the inside of this thing. I mean, why they didn't just fucking think it as being a cheap bracelet rather than saying it's a magnetic one, I do not know. And I certainly don't feel it's any magnets in it. It certainly hasn't made any difference to me thinking. I don't know, I wasn't expecting it to. You know, I wouldn't expect it to over just a weekend either. You know, I mean, I would expect it to take a lot longer than that, but you know, it looks a decent enough thing. It's just basically, I don't know why they falsely advertise things as being magnetic bracelets that's going to lose you, shed your pounds and shit like that, when it can't. I mean, to me, anything and anybody that's breaking the law like that should be done for it, as far as I'm concerned, you know what I mean? Because there is a lot of people who might fall for this crap and end up buying 2 and 3 and 4 of these things, thinking that they're going to really shed loads of weight and that, and I just feel that is disgusting, that people would take advantage of people like that, you know what I mean? For me, I knew they weren't going to work. You know what I mean? It just looks half decent, you know what I mean? So I'm happy enough for the fact that it looks half decent. I'm not going to expect anything from it. I will keep wearing it every weekend for a bit of time until I forget to put it on. And I'll keep reporting back maybe every now and again and let you know that obviously it doesn't work. Maybe I'll buy a different style of one and show again that they don't work, that there's nothing in them at all. There's no thing to help you whatsoever in these things. Just, to me, anything like that shouldn't be allowed to be done. It's false advertisement. It's giving people false hope, and I think that is wrong. You know what I mean? You don't do that to people. People have a hard enough bloody existence as it is without people taking advantage of you and making you think that something like this might work, when everybody knows it's not going to do jack. It's not going to do diddly squat. You know what I mean? But anyway, guys, it's on. It's thingy. It is what it is. It's just a fucking bracelet. But again, that's another one of the TEMU thingies there. I've still got the bag there. I haven't really tried it out. There's not much I can do with it for now. You know what I mean? I'll probably end up taking it on holiday with us. I'm not going to be able to fit much into it because it's not that huge, but hey, I'll be able to fit my mobile and stuff like that in, maybe a little bit of fucking money that we've got to go away with and stuff like that in there, but other than that, I'm not going to be able to fit much in there at all. But hey, what the hell, you know what I mean? It's better than carrying a big bag around with us all day long for thing. But that's the stuff so far that I've had in the TEMU haul. Like I say, the only other thing. So the only other thing we had really was the things for the tyres, and obviously there's no point in showing you them. You know, that for the tyres, they just screw on and that's it. There's nothing much to them. I've still yet to glue the back onto this thing. I've still yet to do that to get that to work fully, but it does work. So you know, I've got to say thank you so much for those that have watched. This was the first stuff I've getting from TEMU. I have ordered some more gear for myself and for my wife. So that should be on its way by now. Hopefully it'll be here within the next 10 to 14 days. I think it took roughly about just over 10 days last time to come, so hopefully that should be here soon, and we'll do another sort of unboxing and look at them and see what this is. So thanks very much for watching, guys. I really do appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed that TEMU haul and what the stuff was actually like. And we'll catch us in the next one. This is the Bearded Nerdy Oaf, and I am out of here.
So what I believe you were trying to say is thank you.
Thank you?
You're welcome.
What? No. I didn't. I wasn't. Why would I ever say that? I mean,
Okay.